With all of that said, today is the last day in office for members of the 118th Congress. That includes Virginia Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger, who represents the 7th District. She's stepping aside after 6 years serving on the Hill to run for governor. The Commonwealth doesn't allow governors to serve 2 consecutive terms. So this year, Virginia voters will elect a replacement for current Governor Glenn Youngkin. Our team at WUSA 9 is closely following the gubernatorial race. My colleague Matthew Torres and I spoke with Congresswoman Spanberger about her run. You announced a run for governor last year. You've held the district seat for 3 terms. Why make a run for governor?
I'm running for governor because I love Virginia. It is the Commonwealth that made me who I am. It's the place where I grew up, and after a career of service, myself first in federal law enforcement and then as a CIA officer, my husband and I moved our family back home to Virginia. And I have been so proud of the work that I've done in Congress. But to really continue serving Virginia, I want to run for governor and win so that I can focus on the everyday needs of Virginians, lowering costs for Virginia's families, strengthening our public schools, strengthening and securing our communities, and that includes getting after the issue of gun violence, and protecting our fundamental rights, our right to choose, our right to vote, and ensuring that in the governor's office we have someone who's going to work to make Virginia stronger and better every single day, with a fierce pride in all that job entails and the state that she's leading.
Virginia elections tend to be pretty close at all levels. We've seen that play out, and looking ahead to next year suggests more of the same, especially when it comes to the campaign for governor. What do you want voters to know about you?
I'm used to close races and tough races, so that is that's my normal place on the campaign trail, is doing the work of recognizing that nothing's guaranteed, and that the reason that I have won my past elections, and I will win this one, is because I'll spend every single day getting out and meeting voters, talking to Virginians, talking to business owners, talking to community leaders and farmers and producers and parents and teachers and kids about the issues that matter to them, and that I will speak to those issues. I will tell them clearly and succinctly what it is that I am for and the work that I intend to do as their governor.
U.S. Representative Abigail Spanberger touts being a bipartisan lawmaker, something she believes will serve her well as Virginia's next governor. When we sat down with her months ago, she was juggling her job while running a campaign. But on her last week at the Capitol, she spoke to our Matthew Torres with a new focus.
As the representative is wrapping up her time in Congress, the focus moving forward is the governor's race in Virginia, where the last few years has been led by Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin.
It was really bittersweet. It's been extraordinary serving on Capitol Hill.
Spanberger says she's leaving her office knowing she pushed for more support for substance abuse treatments, Social Security benefits, and addressing climate change with help from experts and farmers. Currently, there are no other Democratic candidates for governor, but that likely will change. Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl-Sears has also thrown in her name.
Running against someone who has won a statewide race is a challenge, and it's one that I'm clear-eyed about, which is exactly why I have chosen not to run for re-election in Congress.
But she's now having to garner more support from fellow Democrats. Virginia Finance Senate Chair Luis Lucas has been quoted that she's not convinced.
I don't take any voter for granted. I don't take any community for granted. And I don't take any challenge for granted. And so I am clear-eyed about all the challenges before me.
Matthew Torres, WUSA 9.
Merle Rutledge of Chesapeake, Virginia, has also announced his intention to run in the Republican primary. But Virginia's governor race, of course, shaping up to be a major political battle. The state has the potential to elect its first female governor. So what's the next event that we should be keeping an eye out? Let's go ahead and bring in Matthew Torres for that. Good evening, Matthew.
Well, Simone, no doubt that both candidates are going to be ramping up their campaigns in the coming months, but there is still the possibility and likely that we will see more candidates throw in their names in this election for both the Democrat and the Republican primaries. And as far as political dates, both parties will have their primaries in June. Simone.
Shaping up to be a busy year. Matthew, appreciate your reporting on this. Thank you.